Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got a snippet for you. We did do an interview with Chuck Michel on some of the causes and effects of the Supreme Court case that just came down. Here's a snippet from that interview. Let's check it out. Something that CRPA did immediately was send out letters to all 58 counties in California to their law enforcement, the sheriff's department specifically, letting them know that this is something that they were going to have to comply with. That was then followed up by a letter from the AG specifically stating that this was something that was going to be complied with. How do you see that actually turning out? I mean, we assume that some of these people in these positions, especially Bonta, who a couple of our cases are now against, are going to try to find workarounds on stuff like this. Do you see that being the case, or do you see full compliance?
They will not go gently into the good night. They want to fight. They're vindictive. They're sore losers. And they don't like giving up political power. They do not like, crime goes down when people can carry a gun, because licensed law-abiding people can carry a gun, because the criminals don't know who might shoot back. So they don't pick a fight with people like they used to. You're not sheep anymore. You're not helpless victims. They just don't know who. Typically about 5% of the population in the 43 states that have shall issue, where you can get a permit to carry a gun for self-defense in public, for self-defense without any other special need. The violent crime rate goes down because criminals are afraid they might get shot back, the victim might shoot back. So, they'll steal a car, but they won't do an armed robbery anymore as much. So what would happen here, the progression was the decision came down, CRPA sent out letters to all the issuing authorities that give out or are responsible for issuing permits to carry in public throughout the state, and said the good cause requirement has to now just be self-defense. And then the next day, Attorney General Bonta sent out his communication that said, you shouldn't even require good cause anymore. And that's a simpler way to do it. Just don't require good cause, because you don't need that, because all you have to do is say self-defense and that's satisfied. So but not important for folks to keep in mind. What he did was send out an advice letter. He did not tell them that they have to drop good cause. He said, good cause requirement is now unconstitutional, so you should drop good cause. As the lawyer for all these folks for the state of California, he's giving them that advice. Unfortunately, the other advice that he gave them was that they could beef up the good moral character requirement. And strangely, he included in there a reference to what he said was the Riverside County Sheriff's Department definition of what good moral character is. And so we weren't aware of that. So immediately we contacted the Riverside Sheriff, and they're trying to figure out how this ever got out, because they don't even recognize it.
Be sure to stay tuned for more of these clips coming out through the week on our interview with Chuck Michel, just so that we can be extremely clear on how the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association v. Bruen case actually breaks down.